Good evening, Catholic Christian here. How's everybody doing? Monday. It's Monday. Who has a case of the Mondays? April 13th, 2026. Anno Domini. Guys, welcome to the stream. Please, please, please like the stream. Share it, comment, whatever you got to do so it kicks it out. We wanted to get everybody's proper shout out that was at the conference, the Counsel of Trent Conference, just this past weekend in Frisco, Texas, right outside of Dallas. Yeah, so let me just right off the bat, I want to thank Trent Horn for inviting me. This is not false humility, but I was just like, me? What? You know what I mean? It's not false humility. So I'm very appreciative and grateful for Trent Horn, and he's been a huge help just with a lot of things in my YouTube career, if you will. So I look up to him tremendously, and God bless Trent Horn. God bless Trent Horn. So yeah, you guys came and to see how I evaluated the best and the quote unquote worst, I'll get to that, content creators at Trent Horn's conference. So we're just going to get right into it. Appreciate all well, I'm just going to say this, okay? Trent Horn flew in, to my knowledge, 4 people from Europe, 2 from France, 2 from Austria, another shrimp on the bobby. You know how much money he threw at those cats? And yet he did not pay for my gas to come down to Frisco, Texas. Frisco. I'm just kidding, but am I? So guys, help me out with those gas costs, the gas bill that I accrued, down to Frisco and back to Kansas. My good gravy. And yet he flies 4 people, first class, transatlantic to Frisco, Texas. We love Trent. We love our Europeans. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. Again, please like the stream, subscribe, help a brother out with his gas bills. All right. Oh, this will be fun. Now, forgive me for these ads. They are wild crazy, these ads. I don't know what's going on. But this is the S tier rank list that I found online. And hey, I don't know. I'm a boomer, but forgive me for the ads. So let me just preface the stream with this. I'm going to be straight up frank with everybody. Since I've started this channel, especially when I started going live and kind of putting myself out there and becoming more familiar and transparent with everybody, and kind of unfortunately befriending some people in this YouTube world, in this apologetics game, or whatever you want to call it, content creator milieu. And I've struggled a lot, and I'll own it. I'll take accountability. And what I'm alluding to, I'll be very specific, is, as online content creators, influencers, apologists, whatever you want to call us, oh my gosh, targets are on our backs. The devil tempts us, specifically with jealousy and envy. And he wants to sow discord and disunity amongst Catholics, especially online Catholic influencers. So with that being said, there's drama, there's gossip, there's backbiting, right? But not only that, the inclination and the temptation to want to always correct a fellow Catholic brother or sister. He or she puts out a video online and we find something wrong with it, whether it's aesthetics, the content of their arguments, or whatever. And, you guys know some of the personal history of me and with some other people that are Catholic apologists. It's been so insanely hard to keep this together, not crash out, not lose my peace. And again, a lot of it's on me because I've been overly transparent. I've put myself out there. I've been too familiar with certain people. That's on me. If I just made videos, pumped them out, didn't pay attention to the comments, didn't go live, didn't invite people onto my live streams, didn't befriend people, all that stuff, then none of that would have happened. So the point of me saying all of this is the internet, not inherently, but the internet is just insanely demonic, or can be demonic. Apologetics can send you straight to hell. Okay. And the problem is that the internet depersonalizes everything. So if you don't know me personally, or if you don't know Trent Horn or Joe Heshmire or William Albrecht or Ash Mays or whomever it is, if you don't know them personally, the internet, your concupiscence and the devil are going to mess with you. Some more than others, depending on your temperament. And so what you're going to see is you're going to just see a virtual reality of someone. And a lot of us are just going to get this inclination and this tendency to always just criticize, prove wrong. This Catholic apologist sucks. This one's okay. This one's cringe. This one doesn't know what he's talking about. He should retire. He should get off YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's a heretic. Well, he's a schismatic. You know what I mean? It's been, in a sense, again, I don't mean to like, oh, pity me, I'm the victim. It's been hell. It's been hell. I've dealt with a lot. And again, I take ownership of what I said before. Okay. I take ownership of what I said before. But I will say this: if I have offended anyone deliberately, inadvertently, if I've made people lose peace through any of my content, live streams, video shorts, whatever, I apologize. Okay. I want to move forward with a new Easter resolution, if you will. I want all of us Catholic apologists. I don't care what liturgical spectrum. Okay. I don't care if you're cradle. I don't care if you're convert, revert, whatever. I want us to really pray for a genuine fraternity and fellowship among us. I want us to help each other out. I don't want backbiting. I don't want anyone to have to like call out people publicly. You know what I mean? And sorry if I get a little emotional. It's just I've literally been through hell with this. And so why I'm saying all this is because I did have certain impressions and views and perspectives on specific apologists, okay? And a lot of that was from my concupiscence and the devil. And in some circumstances, I lost peace over what certain apologists or content creators or influencers were doing, right? Again, that's on me, right? That's my temperament. I get it. I own it. But going to the Counsel of Trent Conference, it depersonalized everything. I got to meet people in the flesh. I got to see their dignity incarnated. Okay. These are real people with ontological dignity, like I was saying. They have personalities, they have families. And to be able to meet them personally in real life, face to face, did something to me. It literally did something to me. I can't explain it. But I just want us to all band together, even if you're viewers, commenters, subscribers, members, all that stuff. We need to honestly pray for each other, literally pray for each other, and help us out, guys, because this is no joke. I know it sounds superficial and trivial, but you can't imagine what some of us have went through. I'm not going to say I was traumatized or scandalized, but it's been a grind. It's been a huge grind. So please, please, please pray for me. For the words that I put out there, the content that I put out there, pray for all of us. Okay. And I met some amazing people this weekend, amazing, genuine, hardcore Catholics. You know what I mean? And I'm going to rank them from best. I put worst in quotation marks because I'm not going to do the S, A, B, C, D. As in like, oh, these guys are amazing, but these cats suck. Okay. No, I don't play for that team. That would be so hypocritical of me, given the preface that I gave to you, that preamble. So basically, all the apologists and content creators and influencers that are listed below, they are all equally important in the game, in the realm of true evangelism and ecumenism, right? And bringing souls to the church. So this isn't like he's better than her, she's better than him, he's better than him. It's not like that. But I will tell you this. I'm going to rank the content creators based on the impact that they had on me at that conference. Okay. And what I'm going to take from that conference, from these certain apologists, into my channel and what I put out and what happens from now and hereafter. Because, oh boy, like I said, we need to band together. We need to unite, and we need to love each other and just empty all of this poison and discord and just contempt and envy and tearing people down. Okay. So I'm sorry for the sermon. I'm sorry, but it's super important to me. So this isn't just some trivial like, oh, let's rank them and have some. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I mean, I got a pipe here filled with something inside of it. You don't know what it is. It's tobacco, we're gonna have fun. And I'm gonna tell you, like literally every single person I met at that conference was the real deal. And that's why Trent Horn invited them to his conference. Okay. So let's get this going. Let's get this show on the road. So again, remember, Trent Horn flew in 4 people from Europe and paid for it. But I had to pay for my own gas. So the first super chat gets a prize. All right. You all ready for this? We're going to have some fun. Okay. And I saw William Albrecht in the chat. God bless you, William, my boy. I have a funny story to relate to y'all about William. Ash, I saw you in there. I tagged all these cats. I don't think they'll come up, but they're busy. Anyways, so yeah, let's let's get this show on the road. Okie dokie. So let me just actually, you know what? I'm not going to introduce them. I'll introduce them as I put them up there. Okay. We're going to start with, let's see, how many do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. Let me do this. We got 6, 9, no, 12, sorry, 18, 24, 26. We have 26 apologists. Okay. And again, like I said, I'm going to rank them. Not in turn. The only criterion is what impact did they have on me personally, and how they're going to how they helped me, and how they're going to continue to help me by what they did for me at that conference, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm not going to rank them in terms of like, you know, apologetic skills or their etiquette or, you know, whatever they do online per se, if that makes sense. Okay. So let me start off the bat with an S tier. Okay. So this was the first person that I kind of sat down with and talked to. Unapologetically Catholic. I tagged him. Matt, my boy. So everyone gathered at the hotel, whatever. And then we went over to the church to have supper. We're all in the line, you know, doing our own thing. Everyone who knows everyone, they're friends and everything like that. Well, I see this guy sitting all by himself at the end of the bar. Dude, St. Francis of Assisi Church, 25,000 families at this parish. And they have all these amenities. They have this like cafe with like a $50,000 espresso machine. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we're having supper. He's sitting there all by himself. And usually I don't make the first move. Okay. I you know what I mean? Platonically, dude to dude, whatever. Because it feels so like desperate and disingenuous. Like I'm trying too hard, but I don't know. Something pulled me to this guy. And he is one of the meekest, humblest, genuine guys. And we talked and talked and talked. And he's got a channel. It's called Unapologetically Catholic. All the channels are tagged in the description. So please do me a favor and go and subscribe to these apologists and content creators and influencers, because they are genuine, real deal Evander Holyfield. Okay. So this is my boy right here. And we talked about a lot of stuff face to face. And it was good stuff. So Matt, my boy. All right. Let's move on. And here's the impact that he had on me. Okay. Here's the impact that he had on me. I'm going to tell a little funny story. Okay. It's whatever. But just naturally at conferences or gatherings like this, right? When a lot of people don't know each other, or maybe they don't even know anyone, right? They're a newbie or whatever. What's going to happen is, you know, cliques or, you know, people that are really close to each other will they'll form groups or whatever around the wherever you're at. But then Matt here was, you know, I don't think he knew. Maybe he knew a few, but he didn't know many people. And so he was just sitting there calmly, cool, collected, and owning it. And the way that, you know, he welcomed me to sit down at the table with him, and just like, we're two brothers, Catholic brothers, shooting the breeze. It was just awesome. And what he did for me is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go and introduce yourself to people. Even if everything in you and your inclination, again, if it's prudent, right, and fitting, but every inclination and temptation that says, don't go talk to him. Look, I mean, he's all by himself. Who is this guy? He probably doesn't even matter or anything. You know what I mean? No one wants to sit by him. No one wants to talk to him. He's probably just some cringe what, you know what I mean? Sorry. But you know what I mean? So that's what he taught me. And I'm appreciative of that. I'm grateful for him. So unapologetically Catholic, my boy, my boy, my boy. All right, let's continue. Who's next? We're going to go with Biblically Bookworm. Biblically Bookworm. Her name is Elizabeth, and she is from Vienna, Austria. Now, her and her, I believe, fiance, Gregory, they were sitting at a table in the hotel having breakfast, and we're all in this group, and we sat down with them. Here's what I'm going to say about these guys. I'm going to put them right here. Again, this is only based on the impact they had on me, not on their channel or their etiquette or their whatever, their skills. What I appreciate about Elizabeth and her fiance, Gregory, oh my gosh, you should have seen their manners and their etiquette as they ate at the table and just how polite they were. I'm sorry, but us greedy, red-blooded Americans, entitled Americans, and the way we pig out on food, I know it seems kind of like unimportant or superficial, but man, the Europeans have us, guys, at least the Austrians. They have us when it comes to manners and being polite and just being very cordial and respectful. So I really appreciate it. Elizabeth and her fiance, Gregory, taught me how to, regardless of, how you were brought up and your manners and how you eat and drink and discourse with new people, always project an image of respect and love and cordiality. Yeah. Okay. Biblical Bookworm. Her link is in the description. So check out her channel, Biblically Bookworm. We love Biblically Bookworm. Okay. Moving on. Okay. How about this? The catechumen. I've known Braden. This is Braden Cook. He's a convert from, I think he was a Southern Baptist, if I recall, to Catholicism, I think a year and a half to 2 years ago. Now, here's the thing. He's relatively young. He's 25 years old. I know him. So before I went to the conference, I've had him on my channel, I think twice. One was a conversion story. And yeah, so this is what I'm going to say about Braden. He actually is an aspiring, I would say, apologist / theologian, if you will. He's learning so much, and he's just growing so much from what I've seen from when I first met him. He actually was on Catholic Answers Live as an apologist, answering questions live from people, which is really edifying, given that he's only been a Catholic for a year and a half to 2 years. And I've been a Catholic for 12 years, and I still don't think I would feel comfortable going on Catholic Answers Live. That's just me. And it's kind of funny. We were at dinner one night, and we were talking about purgatory. And he's pretty well read on some specific doctrines of our church, and one of them being purgatory. And we're talking about baptism of desire, baptism of blood, and then ordinary sacramental baptism. And he was saying to another guy and I that, the baptism of desire, if it's valid and efficacious and you're properly disposed, that you do not receive that indelible mark as you would in baptism of desire or sacramental baptism, and you don't necessarily have all of your temporal punishments remitted through baptism of desire. And I'm like, wait a minute, Braden. Okay, bro, you've only been a Catholic for almost 2 years, whatever. You're 25. You went on Catholic Answers Live, and now you think you just know everything, right? And so we had I would say a rather respectable discourse, but I pushed back then. I challenged him, and I'm like, I'll take your word for it. I believe it, but I think you might be wrong on this one. And then after dinner, lo and behold, I go back, pull up, what part of the Summa was it? I can't remember. Segunda, something. And he was right. He was absolutely 100% right. So he taught me, how to be humble. Don't pretend like you know everything. Don't rashly just assume that you know everything. Give people the benefit of the doubt, regardless of their age, how long they've been a Catholic, whatever. So Braden, I'm going to give you an A, okay? Because that was a good impact that you had on me. And yeah, we love Braden. Braden's a good guy. So how's the list so far? You guys feeling it or what? Hey, let's answer that super chat. I'm gonna light up my Daxter. Love you, man. We love Daxter. It was super fun. Sad I didn't see you. Oh, universally Christ. Wait, you were there and you didn't see me? How is that even possible? And my boy Nicholas. Nicholas dropping bombs on my post today. I love it. All right, guys, you ready? Captain Black, tobacco, pipe. Ready for this? I promise you, it's not meth and it's not crack. Okay? I don't play for that team. Sorry for the delay. I'm a noob, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the old. Oh, should we go? Okay, so Nick Fuentes. Funny story. Did Nick Fuentes go to the Counsel of Trent Conference? What do you think, guys? So as Trent Horn, during the session on Saturday, he called up all the content creators and influencers that were invited. Guys, you got to like the stream. Where is everybody? What is this monkey business? And I think one of the last, either the first person was his wife, Trent Horn's wife, Laura Horn, introducing, I don't know, I can't remember, but she said, up next is Nick Fuentes. And before she could allow people to be like, huh? And maybe clap or not clap, she said, just kidding. But nonetheless, it was funny. So Nick Fuentes was, in a sense, at the conference, guys. Yeah. You know, Nick Fuentes, he goes after people's wives. We got to watch out, man. But we're going to put him on the D. He didn't really have an impact on me, actually. But I will tell you this. A lot of his cult follower groypers had an impact on me on being an inspiration for all the ways that I never, ever want to be. Or choose to be, rather. Pipe time. We're gonna puff past to Nick Fuentes, right? Ooh, that's harsh, boys and girls. L unsubscribe. Trent Horn is a simp. Wow. Stick around and come up here and don't be a coward, okay? Somebody's jealous that he didn't get invited to the conference, I presume. And he's jealous that I'm smoking a pipe. It happens, guys. Pray for that dude. Bro. Love you, bro. There's a member for 9 months. Dude, you're about to give birth to another member because you're 9 months pregnant as a member. I'm not very good at smoking a pipe. I'm not very good, but hey, I can pretend. All right. Ooh. Drago, my boy Drago. Do you guys, okay. He runs Holy Habits, and he's predominantly on X, Twitter. And this guy, I love this dude. He's one of the guys that we were all in a group standing there, like he didn't know me and I didn't know him. And we just locked eyes and no, guys, come on. But no, for real, like we just had this natural encounter and he was just so genuine in wanting to get to know me. You know what I mean? Never met this guy in my life. And the way he would ask me questions and the way he carried himself, just so like naturally social and gregarious, but in a cool, calm, collected way. This dude is like a superhero. His name's Drago. That's his real name, Drago. He was born in Bulgaria. He lives in the West. I'm not going to dox him. And yeah, dude, he sat by me at Mass Saturday night. And dude, we're bros. I think I'm going to have him on my channel too, Drago. We're going to spit some game. But yeah, Nick Fuentes, please don't subscribe to his channel that doesn't exist on YouTube because he's banned from that. But Drago, I do believe he has a YouTube channel. I just, oh my gosh, but Holy Habits and X, he's on Twitter. So I'm going to put him in A. I'm going to put him in A. Okay. But he's my boy. He's my boy. We love Drago. We really do. Oh my God. Why the is my boy Jordan is my boy Jordan Cooper doing there? Everything will come to light, my friend. Okay, let's move on. Guys, thank you for all the super chats and your support. I love you guys. All right, who's next? Who's next? Oh, here's a fun cat. Franco from FrancoTV. He works for Lila Rose, I believe. Gosh, forgive me, Franco. I believe you maybe do some editing or production, something to that effect, or just help Lila in every facet possible. But Franco, I think he's in his early 20s, and he has a huge following on, I believe, Instagram and perhaps TikTok, and also X. I don't know if he has a channel on YouTube. But what I love about this dude, he's hilarious, he's got energy, and he's got zeal, and it's genuine. He's not afraid to be who he is and what he's aspiring to be, and that is a saint. And likewise with his friend, whom I'll reveal here sooner rather than later. So yeah, I just appreciate that youthful, genuine zeal, if you will, right? Guys, you got to remember, when, I don't know about you, but when I was 21 and 22, I was getting drunk and doing a lot of weird stuff. So, and in a certain sense, that temptation around that age, depending on your temperament and all, circumstances and genetic predispositions, but I tip my hat to these Gen Zers who are living authentic, genuine Catholic lives, trying to imitate Christ and imitate St. Paul in their zeal. It's super edifying. I have nothing bad to say about Franco and these good Gen Z Catholics. Okay. So I'm gonna put them at B only because I didn't really get to interact with him that much. But he did have a good impact on me. Stay childlike and youthful in a most orderly way in your zeal. So Franco, we love you. And yeah, check him out on X or on Instagram or Lila Rose. We love Franco. We really, really do. Probably could have seen you if I took a pic with Trent and Evan. Oh yeah, okay. Take a pic with them, but not me. But my friend and I were tired. Haha. That is hilarious. Brought my non-Catholic friend. Dude, nice. There you go. Here we go. Universally Christ, bringing non-Catholics to the Counsel of Trent Catholic Conference, my boy. That's how we do it. Who's an S tier? Unapologetically Catholic. He has a smaller channel, and I think he converted like 2 years ago. We love Matt. Love him. Okay. Thanks for the super chat, guys. Hey, remember, we got to pay for my gas. I'm pretty sure my gas was at least there and back was at least 70, 80 bucks. Just saying. We love Trent Horn. Okay. Let's move on. This is going to get better and better. Who's next? Okay. This was a surprise, and I don't mean that to be like patronizing, but we don't, like I was saying, the internet depersonalizes everything. You don't know what you don't know, right? You only see what you see, and you form an opinion, and you have an impression or whatever. But this guy, Dr. Carlo Brousard. So you guys know the big guns at Catholic Answers: Trent Horn, Joe Heshmire, Braden Cook, sorry, Jimmy Aiken. But I don't know why, but I don't. This guy is a bona fide apologist. He has his PhD, and this is why I love this guy, and this is the impact that he had on me. He came up to me. Out of all the people at that conference, there were like one or two, but he came up to me, and he introduced himself. He's like, "Are you Catholic Christian?" I'm like, "Yes." And he said, "Hey, I appreciate your work. Hey, we should do something together." And I'm just like, huh? Wow. You know what I mean? Like, that just, I almost had an out-of-body experience. But this is what I'm going to tell you about Karlo that I appreciated almost more than anything at that conference. When you're an apologist or trying to be one, or a content creator or an influencer, there's going to be pride, or at least the inclination, the temptation for pride. I'm sorry, there's just no way around it. And especially if you're working at Catholic Answers, especially if you have your PhD and all this experience. And what I saw when we were all sitting around in a circle, like 5, 6, 7 of us, we're talking theology, apologetics, church history, all this stuff, right? Doctor, right? Carlo Brousard with like 10 years of apologetics experience was interacting with us as if he was inquiring and getting clarification in a way that was not prideful at all. Not like, let me show you what I know, but no, let me ask you guys questions and I want to get clarification. And it was so humbling because I was sitting there and there were a few like big guns sitting there, like Swan was sitting there. And William Albrecht was sitting there. And I'm like, I'm sitting here the whole time, like, I got to get in and I got to let them know what I know. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't know who I am really. I'm just this like puny apologist or whatever. So I'm thinking of like, gosh, what can I say to impress and blah, 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 blah. And here I see Dr. Carlo Brousard, you know, his mannerisms and his attitude and what he was saying, it was stark, pure, genuine humility. And so that is S tier, my friends. So again, I don't think a lot of us maybe know of Dr. Carlo Brousard as much as we do Trent Horn, Jimmy Akin, and Joe Heshmire. But he is the real deal, guys. He is the real deal. And he's got biceps bigger than my torso. So in case you guys were wondering how big his biceps were, they're about as big as my torso. How big is my torso? 34 inches. Levi, blue jeans, okay? We love Karlo. We really, really love Karlo. So I linked his Yeah, I have his link to his channel in the description. Please give these guys your support and your prayers, right? Watch their stuff. Guys, amazing. So thank you, Dr. Karlo, for coming up to me. It meant the world to me, the absolute world. Love you, man. All right, who's next? Let's have a little fun. How to be Christian. Gosh, you know, what if I told you he made a secret surprise appearance at the Counsel of Trent? How to be Christian. I think everybody and their mom and their mailman and their mailman's sister, not in West Virginia, we want How to Be Christian. We want Ferris in the flesh somehow. We're going to start a campaign, a GoFundMe, whatever. And we're going to get Ferris out of his basement and in the real world where we can actually, is he human? Does he really exist? Has anyone seen him in the flesh? Okay. So no, I was kidding. He didn't make a surprise guest appearance. But if there were to be one Catholic apologist or content creator or influencer that I just would have given anything to be there, Ferris. Ferris, man, Ferris, where were you, boy? So the impact he's had on me, tremendous, tremendous. He was one of the more popular content creators and influencers that gave me a platform. So he actually shared my information on X, got me a bunch of followers. He would include me in some of his videos and on his channel. And I'm just like, because he's my favorite. He's my favorite. He's always been my favorite. He always will be my favorite. And let me tell you this, guys. I cannot tell you how many people on my channel, on my videos, have told me that How to Be Christian Ferris helped them in their conversion to the Catholic Church. So think about it. He gets a bad rap for the humor and the snarkiness and all that stuff, which people seriously man up and just chill out. But I think it's just ridiculously unique and specialized and niche and all that he uses humor and just amazing hermeneutics and exegetical skills in his biblical interpretations and all the props and all that. And he's converting people with it. Like there's nobody out there like Ferris. There's no other channel like Ferris's, and he's converting tons of people. You know, I mean, the Holy Spirit, you know, but so I'm going to actually put him next to Nick Fuentes. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. He'll get the humor behind that. We love Ferris. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have a, can you say, I can't say I have a man crush. That's scandalizing. Catholic answer haters need to go to confession, probably, in my opinion. Well, this is what I'll tell you about that. Okay, guys, we love everybody. We love our enemies, guys. You need to help me, and I need to help you. We need to band together. And people who hate, right? People who are jealous and envious, people who crash out, people who think they know everything, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We got to pray and love for them. I'm sorry. We got to love them and pray for them. I promise it's tobacco. I promise. But I will say this. Catholic answers. Well, I'll say this. There are certain individual self-proclaimed, quote unquote, internet theologians online. Most of them hide behind profile pics, anonymous profile pics and handle names. They can't reveal their identity. And they literally exist just to prove people wrong. And they want to like take Catholic answers down and build this ivory tower of stark hubris, thinking they know everything because they read the Summa. And I'm not going to name anyone, but seriously, please pray for them. Seriously, pray for them. We love them. But yeah. Did I miss another super chat? Look at this. My good gravy. I also need to go to confession, probably, in my opinion. See, there we go. Take the log out of your eye, right? And then just jam it right into those guys who rip on Catholic answers. Okay. Let's move on. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Gosh, just filling up my gas tank. We love you, Shots for Chesterton. Okay. Next up, let's see here. We got okay, let's get a little interesting. It'll get a little interesting here. All right, so you guys might not know who this is. Okay, so this is this is one of the guys that Trent personally, financially, threw out of his wallet, flew this dude from France over to the conference. Mathieu Lavanga, I believe his name is, and that's his channel. His the link to his channel is in the description. Now, here's a funny story. He and I met each other at the Catholic Answers Conference back in September of 2025, okay? And just such a bright, articulate individual, well-versed, his skills in apologetics, wonderful, and just a kind, well-mannered dude, right? Well, we got to talking about the death penalty and the Catholic Church's ordinary magisterial teaching on the death penalty, per Pope Francis and Fratelli Tutti and Catholic Catechism, or the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraph 2267. And you know, we had a respectful, or at least a cordial discourse, but we disagreed with each other. And then I put out a video on the death penalty where I interviewed Joe Heshmire on it. And then he really took it to me. He really pushed back, and I won't say it got ugly in my comment section on that video on the death penalty, but he really, and I'm just like, you gotta quit spamming on my channel, you French croissant boy. Like, je parle français, oui, oui. Like, put down the cigarette, and yeah, let's. But here's the moral of the story, right? So I go to the Counsel of Trent Conference, and I see him, and I'm like, man, this is kind of awkward. I think we kind of duked it out. You know what I mean? But it was on the internet. So I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this dude, right? But for some reason, I got this grace. I don't know why, but I got this grace. And I just was like, just treat him as a human being. Love him. Talk with him. Forget about all that crap. And I think we actually had even more of a rigorous debate at the Counsel of Trent Conference about the death penalty. But what I learned about him is that we actually agree more on we agree on more than what we disagree on. And in some weird, mysterious way, I think we learn that we're both human beings, and in a certain sense, like, whatever we have struggles or tensions with, in a sense, it's okay. You have to love the person and see the person as a person made in the image of God, and not just an object to argue and own, or argue with and own, right? So he actually had a really, really huge impact on me. Sometimes you got to just set aside your differences and just be men. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give him up a little A tier there. That's Mathieu Lavanga. He's from France. Guys, really need the, we got some more super chats coming. Holy cow, bro. Just emptying out your 401k. Last super chat tonight. Your comment on the death penalty made me do the research that changed my opinion on it. I don't see how it makes sense now. Wait. Your comment on the death penalty made me do the research that changed my opinion on it. Amen. Praise God. I don't see how it makes sense now. I do see how it makes sense, or I don't. You're going to have to clarify that with another super chat, but it's got to be at least $15. Thank you for the super chats, man. Really appreciate it. And praise God. Again, I'll say this on the death penalty, guys. If you struggle with it, and if you have intention, guys, the last 3 days I've gotten no sleep, traveling, Trent Horn's conference, family, just stuff online. Yeah. So bear with me, okay? I'm going to take another hit of my tobacco pipe. Okay? Don't do crack. Whoa, that's harsh stuff. Virgin lungs. I used to smoke, guys, cigarettes and cigars. So this pipe is from a garage sale. Probably got hepatitis C on it. We do not like hepatitis C. All right, let's move on. Thank you for all the, I don't agree with the death penalty now. But bro, what? Wait, you don't, okay, gotcha. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, right? Bill Clinton, I did not inhale. You guys are way too young for that. You Gen Z fools. Just kidding. I love you guys. No, I don't smoke a pipe. I'm just smoking it because I'm trying to, try to get the vibes, feel the vibes, And I had an uncle that used to smoke Captain Black in a pipe when I was growing up, and the aroma it's nostalgic. I think it's cash, boys and girls. Thanks, brother. I hope you got my super chat. I meant it with all my heart. And your studio looks very nice too, man. North Dakota. I grew up in Minnesota, and can anything good come out of North Dakota? Let me tell you, though, a lot of us Minnesotans, my boy, Minnesota is the fishing capital, especially for walleye, like Lake Mille Lacs. Well, we had some traders that would go over to North Dakota. This desolate place of North Dakota is Devil's Lake. Devil's Lake? You play for that team? You scuba dive there? But no, bro, I know you like to fish. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. But thanks for coming up, Christian. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, man. Dude, this apologetics game, this YouTube world is no joke, man. Love you, Wags. I do have a book for you that I want to give to you, but no pressure. Okay, let's move on. Thanks for coming on, my boy. I did not inhale that pipe. Ash, just chill, man. You're on there. Dude. Okay. Oh, man, this pipe. Okay, we're going to have a little more fun. Okay, who is going to be at the Counsel of Trent Conference next year that is not a Catholic, but who is going to convert and go to that conference and probably speak at it next year? So, guys, put your guesses in the chat log. The winner gets a prize. Oh, bad. It's good. Bro, I need a drink. I don't drink booze anymore, but oh, it's really going, guys. This is like mystical. I'm in ecstasy. Oh, man. It's still going. Man. I'm getting a little lightheaded. Woo! Sorry. Bro. Don't smoke meth. Much. Bro. My boy. That means so much to me. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. Well, not that you need my forgiveness. I hope you can forgive me, and I forgive you, brother. Like it never happened. I hope we can just grow in holiness and charity from it all. You know what I mean? Where sin abounds, pipe tobacco abounds all that much more, bro. Yeah. Bro, no, I don't believe it. I need proof. You know how I roll. I don't believe that for a second. Christian, I need pictures. But dude, 28-inch walleyes. Insanity. Was that 7 pounds? No, it can't be 7 pounds. 5 or 6. All right. Sorry. That just meant a lot to me. So I had to take a little break. Okay, so the person that I think that's going to convert to Catholicism and speak at next year's Counsel of Trent Conference is Austin Suggs. We love Austin. He's got a channel called Gospel Simplicity. Now, kind of an interesting, funny story about Austin. Back in 2019, when I didn't even barely know what YouTube was or being a Catholic apologist wannabe, he came across my newsfeed, and he was a, what denomination was he? He was a Protestant. I want to say non-denominational. He went to Moody Bible College. But anyways, he made a video on Protestants and Catholics and our teachings on justification. And the way he presented it was so, I mean, it was just raw ecumenism in a good way, not indifferentism. And his heart, it was palpable. His heart was good. His will was good. And I mean, he converted to Anglicanism. You know, I want him to convert to Catholicism. Okay. But if he's following his conscience truly, then I'm not going to judge. But I don't know. He's like one of the meekest, humble dudes you will come across, Austin. And I don't think there's a polemical bone in his body. Well, maybe a couple. So, I mean, he wasn't at the conference. He has had an impact on me, just how he carries himself as an apologist. So I'm not putting him in the D tier because he, whatever, he sucks. No, he doesn't. He's amazing, but he wasn't at the conference. So we're going to put him next to Nick Flynn. Dude. And that is Ferris giving Dr. Cooper a massage, boys and girls. You know it. I know it. Back in the 60s and 70s, Deadheads, Grateful Dead, they would drop acid and just all give each other massages while they listened to the concert. You heard it here. You heard it here first, boys. Things cached. All right, let's move on. Man, you guys are just watching me smoke a pipe. Appreciate it. That's harsh, bro. Okay, sorry. I'm kind of saving the best for last, but okay, let's go to this one actually. Now, Swan Sona. We formally met, but it was what I was alluding to before, when there was a group of us, like 6 or 7, and it was getting pretty theological and philosophical, and like, hey, we got some heavy hitters here with Carlo Brousard and William from Patristic Pillars, and I wanted to just get my 2 cents in there with these boys. You know what I mean? Swan is insanely intelligent, my guys. He is. Okay, I have a Here, I'm going to put him in the B tier just because we didn't really get to talk and it was just intellectual academia stuff. But do y'all know? I have a trivia question for you. Name me all the ecumenical councils that listed the book of Hebrews as being inspired and canonical, but more importantly, written or at least proposed to be have written or authored by St. Paul. What happened to all the viewers? Is this really that boring? Light that pipe, use a tamp. Okay, that just sounds weird. To push down the coal, don't keep relighting. Then you can pull off every bit to keep it going. You can use anything to tamp the bro. Like you're talking to a noob here, an amateur. This ain't my jargon, man. It helps. I appreciate it helps, but I don't know what I don't know what all that means. Pipe cottage. Who's the most handsome new Catholic creator? You're looking at him, baby. Not really. I got a turkey neck. I got a turkey neck that goes real, real hard. But guys, I'm not kidding. Humility is truth. Humility is truth. And my 7th graders, I showed them a picture of me in 7th grade and in high school, and they're like, "How many girls did you poll?" That's what they said. I'm like, what is polling? Poll? Did I used to poll girls? It just sounds, promiscuous and just like, bro, like chill out. But hey, you got to work with what you're given, especially when God creates you, right? Wrong answer. You're a wrong answer. Okay, this is fun, guys. It's good to have some fun. Okay? It's good to have some fun. Okay. Where did we leave off? Swan sewing up. Man, dude, I'm telling you guys, bright mind, very, very bright mind. His channel, the link is in the description. I think it's intellectual Catholicism, I believe. Bright mind. He flies kind of low under the radar, he's not pumping out pop apologetic crap like I am. He's the real deal. Yeah, he'll be a bona fide theologian someday, hands down. Iron Inquisitor Randall, my boy. He was at the conference virtually. There was a video of him, and I missed it. But they played a video during the conference of him. Now, if you don't know Randall, Iron Inquisitor, he, boy, did he blow up on YouTube. He, I think, how old is he? I think he's 23, maybe. But he was just a genius. It was an anomaly how he knew how to make videos and shorts, and he got like 100,000 subscribers in a year. Guys, I've been going at this for going on 2 years, and I'm at what? 27,000. But anyways, it's kind of an interesting story about. I'm actually going to put him at. He wasn't at the conference. Look at that group down there. No, he was virtually. I'm going to put him in the A tier. So, funny story. I didn't know Randall. He was actually in a Discord, a mutual Discord of ours. But I came across one of his shorts where he kind of gave it to Bishop Barron. The whole Ben Shapiro interview. An atheist of goodwill may be saved. And my boy Iron Inquisitor kind of, publicly criticized the prelate like any Gen Zer would do. I'm just kidding. But there's a story. There's a lesson in this. Stay tuned. I don't know, boys and girls. I think that's all she wrote. My throat is scorched. But anyways, so actually, I messaged him and I called him out, and then he's like, this is what I love about this kid. I call him a kid, but he's probably wiser than I am. Here's the thing. He's only like 23 years old, and I don't know anybody of that age that has more integrity and fortitude and no ounce of inordinate fear in them. So like I'm messaging him on a Discord server, right? It's depersonalized. I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me. And he's like, let's talk. Like, let's talk. And we dude, like we talked for, I don't know, like 2-3 hours on the phone about this particular situation. And I'm like, this is a real person who has a lot of integrity and is well-intentioned and is just an amazing dude. But I didn't know that because all I saw was this short of him criticizing Bishop Barron. Yeah, constructively. He wasn't like harping on him. So, I mean, the etiquette was there, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, just another Gen Z, like, you know, oh, I got a channel, I'm making shorts, I gotta show Bishop Barron up, blah, 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 get a bunch of, you know, no, it wasn't true at all. It was the exact opposite. And then he came onto my channel with Redeem Zoomer, and we had a little party, a little powwow shindig. Iron Inquisitor, man, I'm telling you, is the real deal. And he gave up his YouTube channel and his job as a software engineer in, I'm not going to dox him. I'm pretty sure he was doing really well, probably making tenfold of what I make. Gave it up, gave it all up. He's in the seminary. Oh my gosh, I love that dude. For real, Iron Inquisitor is the real deal. Evander Holyfield. Walleye, WZRD. I love it. I am Wags Fishing Guide, his 20-inch Walter. Walter, we don't know where the HE double sticks he is confirmed. Now ask him what his PB. Okay. I'm going to ask you this, Mr. Walleye. What do you think of what tastes better, northern pike or walleye? We know the obvious answer, but you tell me that, and I'll see what we can get out of that. Okay, we love fishing, do we? Yes, we do. Okay, Randall, my boy, God bless him. Pray for him. And gosh, did I put his link in my description? I mean, he doesn't really do his channel. Let's go to Evan Ragas. Now, here is a wonderful young man, Gen Z. I don't know how old he is. I'm guessing 21, 22. Well, he's got to be 21. He was doing shots at the bar. I think we had to carry him out of the. I'm just kidding. Evan, oh man, there's something about this guy. I don't know what it is. You know, I came across him at the Catholic Answers Conference in September. It was very, you know, informal, and it didn't really last or whatever. You know, hey, I'm Eric. Hi, I'm Evan. But that's where it ended. And then, like, you know, he just blew up. He blew up on YouTube, like for real, for real. I think he's got what 160,000 subscribers. I mean, he's maybe less than a year. I know his tricks though. I do, and I won't reveal them yet. But I know what he does and how he does it and how he's so successful. But this is what I will say about Evan. When you're that age, like I was saying about his friend Franco, the temptation, the inclination, I mean, our mind is still developing in all the secular world. I mean, guys, I'm a boomer. When I was 21, it's like you go to the bar and you get drunk and you fornicate. That's what you do. And so I see these young men aspiring and imitating Christ and living a life of holiness. So yes, God bless their content and how they're influencing people. But what it comes down to at the end of the day, are you living Christ-like? Are you imitating Christ and St. Paul? I'm not trying to undermine apologetics, videos, content, theology, all that. No, that's everything. But like seriously, in this he has it. So I pray for him because I think the devil and a bunch of other secular things will come after him. So pray for these young guys. I'm going to put him at B with Franco. I didn't really get to talk to him much. But again, remember, guys, those just joining, the worst is in quotation marks, okay? So all of these guys are on a level playing field when it comes to the substance and the content of their channel, their etiquette, and just everything, aesthetics, okay? But I'm ranking them accordingly to the impact they had on me at the conference helping me become hopefully a better quote-unquote apologist, okay? Does that make sense? Still with me? Okay. Gosh, I missed a lot of stuff, huh? Okay. Thank you for the super chats. We got to get that gas fund up. Trent Horn flying people in all over the world and then can't even pay for my gas. Oh, we're going to get to some good ones. You guys are like throwing out some names out there. Just wait. They're coming, okay? They're coming. Okay. Okay. Gosh, you know, this is one guy that I really wish I would have maybe put more forth of an effort to get to know. I don't know. Maybe I was intimidated. I don't know. I mean, he's got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's been on Matt Fradd's channel. He collaborates with Trent Horn, Joe Heshmire. It's, you know, I mean, he's a convert. I don't know what his background was. I can't remember, but he's a recent convert, maybe a year or two ago. And I mean, his channel is just insanely successful, you know. And I wish, you know what, maybe if he would ever listen to this or watch this, I'm sorry. I wish I would have been more forthright and more courageous in introducing myself, but I did shake his hand and I said, "Hey, I'm Eric." So, again, I'll put him on the beat here. I just didn't have, you know, the time and the exposure, whatever you want to call it, to be able to get to know him or whatever. But we love Cameron Bertuzzi. I think he has 2 channels. Capturing Catholicism is his new one. The link is in the description. And Capturing Christianity, that's his bread and butter channel, I believe. And actually, he came out with a video today regarding the whole Pope Leo and Donald Trump fiasco. My good gravy. Our world is on. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if the parousia was like next week. I don't know, man. Come, Lord Jesus, help us like soon. Anyways, but he had a really good video today on that, on Capturing Catholicism. So good job for him. Okay. Religious hippie Amber Rose. So I talked to her for maybe 30 minutes at breakfast. There was a group of us, and yeah, you know, she she came and sat down she sat down at the table at breakfast, and she had these things under her eyes. They were like pink plastic things for the bags of your eyes, and I'm sitting here talking to her, and I'm just like, I gotta ask her, like, what is that? And it's not a fashion thing. It's not, again, I know that you guys are probably like, what are you talking about? I don't know either, but apparently, you know, like when you sleep or you have stress and you get just big bags swollen under your eyes or whatever, they're supposed to mitigate them somehow or suppress them. I don't know. And man, that made mine. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about something else. Sorry. But what I like about Amber is just her willingness, right? Her transparency, her honesty. I didn't sense any kind of like, how do I say this? It was just right out there. She is who she is. She's comfortable with herself. And she was talking to me as almost like, you know, she was looking at me like with dignity and like, I've never met you before. And she treated me really well. And I appreciated the conversation that we had in the group setting. Yeah, we did talk about something funny. I don't know if I should mention that, but yeah, I'm going to actually put her on the A. I just think she's just really real and genuine. She's not afraid to maybe disclose things, right? In a genuine way. I know it sounds weird, but yeah. So Amber Rose, we love Amber. We love Amber Rose. And her, I think her channel it has a different name. Oh my gosh. Is it That Amber Rose? Used to be Religious Hippie. I think she still has the hip, right? Like she's hip, but it's called That Amber Rose. Pretty hip. And everyone was just going off on her husband, like the coolest dude in the world. I'd like to meet her husband someday. Like just the coolest, chillest dude ever, right? Yeah. So we love husbands. Marriage is a good thing. Sacramental marriage. Let's go. Okay. Let's go here next. Okay. Brian Holdsworth. So this is interesting. And this is unfortunate rather. Not what happened at the conference, but leading up to that or preceding that. So you know how I am or how I've been pretty vocal on those who may have, and I'm not putting Brian under this, so just hold on, that may have like an unchaste, unhealthy, inordinate attachment to certain liturgical forms or whatever, you know what I mean? And whatever. I did put out a tweet and it was very controversial, and you know, a lot of people like crashed out on me, and that's okay. That's okay. Fine. Water under the bridge. Is it clean water though? And he and I, we not much. We discoursed on X, sent a few DMs or whatever, and I just think things were lost in translation. And again, the internet depersonalizes everything, and so I don't know who he is. I don't know his dispositions. I don't know his temperament. You know, oh my gosh. And it's like meeting him and just seeing him in real life. he might be one of like the meekest, most tender, gentle, humble dudes that we have in the Catholic, like in this Catholic apologetics realm. I mean, the two virtues of Christ that you should imitate, they should always think about and focus on primarily, fundamentally, meekness and humility. For I am meek and humble of heart. Learn from me, follow me in that meekness and humility. And I you know what? Maybe Brian and I vehemently disagree on certain things like the liturgy or whatever, and where we are on the spectrum, whatever. But I'm telling you, he's just a genuine human being. And I think he has a lot of zeal. He gave a talk at the Counsel of Trent Conference. And it's funny, he mentioned something about like how he gets a lot of emails and DMs about like, hey, you helped me convert to the Catholic Church. But he said it in such a way that wasn't braggadocious. It wasn't, arrogant or vainglorious or whatever. It was just like, no, we're all in this together, and the Holy Spirit is using all of us to bring people to the Catholic Church. Like all these people on this stage are part of that. So whether it's 2 people that you help bring, or 1 or if it's 500 to 10,000, we all have this solidarity, right? This uniformity, if you will, with each other. And like I was saying at the beginning, it broke my heart. Cost me so much mental stress, the tension, the infighting, the backbiting. You know what I mean? We're humans. We're all sinners. But the devil is just having a heyday with us. And I think Brian has such integrity. I think he really, and I know that sounds patronizing. I think he really, but no, seriously, I think he really genuinely wants to be united. And like, no matter where we come from, traditionally, liturgically, if we're a Canuck or not, he's from Canada. We love Canada. But yeah, so I'll put him in the A tier. Good dude. We love Brian. Brian's a good dude. Let me go back to the chat log, see what's up here. What happened here? Any super chats that I missed? Guys, don't get cheap on me. Don't get cheap on me now. Okay, you guys are kind of mum in there. All right. LARP alert. Oh, you know who's coming up on the list, don't you? Oh my God. You know who's coming up on the list, don't you? And I'm very, very edified, and I feel very refreshed, and I feel really hopeful. I see some names in the chat log that I haven't seen in a long time because of things of the past. And it really warms my heart. I mean it. That's the point of this stream. I want us all to forget about all the crap and the baloney, all the infighting, all that stuff. I want us to all come together and pray for each other and be that beacon of light for the nations. Because when we have the nations looking at us and all we're doing is bickering, fighting, backbiting, it's the spirit of, no offense, it's the spirit of Protestantism. I said the spirit of it. Okay, chill out. We can't do that anymore. Okay, all right. Sorry, getting a little emotional here. The pipe is done. It's retired. I'm gonna bring up Brian Mercier, Catholic Truth. He's got a channel. Gosh, I think he's at 100K now. Now, Brian, I didn't get to actually shake the hand and meet him until I think the very last hour of the very last night, and it was interesting because we were sitting around in the circle or whatever of chairs, and it was like Swan and William Albrecht and Carlo Brousard and a couple other cats. Can't remember. Oh, Braden Cook, and it's getting all theological and just everyone's getting puffed up and blah blah blah. And one of the questions, I think I proposed a question, but objectively, in terms of perpetual mortification and self-denial, like dying to yourself daily, all day, every day, 365. What is the hardest vocation? And we were arguing, and a couple guys said, the religious consecrated life, for obvious, and some said the priesthood. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but St. Francis de Sales says marriage, and it's just objective. Well, everyone was kind of disagreeing with me, and and Brian comes in, and someone asked him, and he's just like, marriage, like, why would you even be discussing or arguing about this? And so my boy came in, substantiated my claim from St. Francis de Sales. We love St. Francis de Sales. And Brian, dude, he's got grit, he's got zeal, he does, and God bless him for him and his channel and his apostolate and his evangelism efforts. I'm sure he's brought tons of people into the church. So Brian's a really good guy. His channel's in the description. I think he has like this childlike, again, don't take that the wrong, I didn't say childish, but this childlike zeal. And it's just so edifying and so like, yeah, that joyfulness. So we love Brian. Just for agreeing with me and substantiating on my claim of marriage being objectively the hardest vocation with those criteria. Lila Rose was not there. Sorry. She had some sort of emergency, and so she couldn't make it. So say a Hail Mary for Lila. We love Lila. Every rose has its thorn. You guys are still waiting to see where you're gonna land, huh? Some of you guys in there. Carlo's a beast. We love Karlo, man. He's dude, I'm telling you, he's the real deal, man. You guys really got to support him. Not in a condescending way, like he's leagues above me, but I think he just started his channel. He's got 2,000 subscribers. Get that up to 5,000 by next week. All right. Taylor Marshall. I have Taylor Marshall up there, don't I? Pretty sure I have him up there, don't I? Where is Taylor Marshall? Okay. Oh, and also, if you don't see a content creator or influencer or apologist or whatever you want to call them on here, it's because I didn't have any formal contact with them, if that makes sense. Okay. So it would be disingenuous if I were to, do that. Okay. Who's next? I want to, I hope I don't choke up. So Cameron Riker. Sorry if I choke up. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're all aware of what happened and what Cameron and his family have gone through for the past, I think, month and a half, 2 months, with him losing his son Joshua, 2 months old. It hit hard for me because I have a 2-month-old son. And sorry, just bear with me. I know Cameron. I've had him on the channel, and boy, I don't know. He's, when it comes to trying to live a life of stark holiness, I don't know if there's anyone out there that can beat Cameron. If you want to argue with me on that, go ahead. But what I really appreciate about Cameron and what I've gotten to know about him is like, even if it's like there's tension and polemics and drama going on, and even if he gets personally attacked or called out, he won't succumb to going down to their level. He'll pray for them. Guys, the litmus test of a true Christian and disciple of Jesus Christ is how you manifest your love for your enemies in a sincere way. That is it. That's Bishop Fulton Sheen, soon to be beatified. There it is. There's Cameron Riker. So my heart, my prayers, my thoughts still go out to him. Please pray for him. He was supposed to be at this conference. He was invited to this conference, and obviously, for with certain circumstances, he couldn't make it. But he wanted to be there, and my heart breaks for him and his family. So please keep praying for Cameron. He's the real deal. Again, I'm not doing this out of to patronize, but I mean he wasn't there, but so yeah, but he's the real deal. Oh my gosh, look at who's left. Let us go to Ash Mays. What is Ash Mays doing on the list? I didn't see him in the invite list or the invite video. What is going on? How did Ash Mays sneak into the bro? Ash, we love Ash. We really, really love Ash. So Ash, I've known Ash for, speaking of Ash, my pipe is cashed. I've known Ash for, it's been a hot minute, bro. 6 months, 7, 8, 6, 7. Anyway, so Ash Mays, he was actually discerning between Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism. He was an Orthodox Jew, right? I mean, hardcore, fluent in Hebrew, knows the Mishnah by heart. Not the Kabbalah. We don't play for the Kabbalah team. And no, it's been, it's just been such a delight to get to know Ash. But anyways, I actually reacted to one of his videos, or that video of his. And I'm like, bro, like, I didn't proselytize him. But, I just wanted to pray for him and help him, like, live to the dictates of his conscience and find peace and where the Holy Spirit was leading him. And just what was it, last Saturday, Easter Vigil, confirmed, baptized his whole family, his wife and his 3 children baptized, and then he and his wife confirmed in the Eastern Rite. I think Byzantine Rite. Help me with that one. The Byzantine Rite, right? Right. And he sent me a video of his baptism, and it's just like, bro, like I bleed Latin, and I will. But man, the East, man, I'm telling you, their liturgy and the way they, like, oh man, the rites of the rite of baptism in the East goes hard. So we love Ash. Ash did come and make a special appearance, and he even got an orange. I think he got an orange wristband as a content creator, and he was invited to the lunch, and he actually gave a talk. No, that'd have been hilarious. But I love Ash, man. He's my boy. We love Ash so much. I mean, he's had an impact on me, just not at that conference, but just for the last 6, 7, 8 months. Super meek, docile. He'll push back, but he'll read the room. He'll know his limitations, right? And he won't pretend to be something that he's not. And he's got a very good channel, Ash Mays, and I think another one. And it's niche because, it's primarily on Judaism and the Jewish roots of Christianity and how he's converted from being an Orthodox Jew to an Eastern Rite Catholic Christian. And we love Ash. I'm actually going to, okay, fine. A little partiality here, a little bit, because we love Ash, but I'm going to put him in the S tier just because he's my boy and he's made a good impact on my life. I love Ash. So Ash, there's your 15 minutes of fame. Okay. Guys, the super chats have really slowed down a little. I'm just kidding. Am I? Okay. Ash, my boy. Who's next? Gosh. Okay. Let's just, can we have a little break and just like kind of build the anticipation for this countdown? We have the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So Gideon Lazar, Byzantine Scotus. I do not know who this is. Some dude in a jester costume. That's weird. Keith Nestor, Mr. Lepanto, Trent Horn, William, Patristic Pillars, and Kevin Fernandez from since 33 AD or since 80 33. I think he changed. But anyways, Kevin, my boy. Let's take a little break. Let's just build up the anticipation a little bit. And I'll answer some comments or questions or concerns. Where's Tim Gordon? He might have been there. I just didn't see him. I don't know. Again, guys, we love Tim Gordon. We love everybody. Evan, it's good to see you, man. It's been a hot minute. Glad you're over here. Evan used to be a frequent flyer on my channel and would help support me. So I'm glad you're back, and let's all just get along and be united, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know who wasn't invited, but these are the people that just came to the conference or whatever, because I know Jesus was invited, but he didn't show up for, who knows? Lila Rose was invited. She had an emergency. Who else? There were a couple other people that, oh boy. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. So, Catholic Christian, I'm not Catholic, but people like you help me realize that the Catholic Church is not what the media says. Oh, praise be Jesus and Mary. Thanks, buddy. Man. I mean, we're all in this together, man. All those people on the stage, man, we're all in this together. That's just, the Holy Spirit is the soul of the mystical body, right? We're just tools and instruments, So glory to God. And that means a lot to me because there's so many caricatures and misrepresentations. Some are obviously due to non-culpable ignorance, right? Okay. But boy, some, especially the media. Oh boy. Okay, what's this dude yapping about? No, dude, it's about who was physically there and is an apologist, and Nick wasn't there, so why is... Dude, seriously, man. Take a Xanax. Chill out. Man, life is short, bro. Wait, what? Why is he on the list other than just you? Just to hate, exactly what you're doing, Mr. Noah. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh my. Bro, Laura Horn, who has been fighting brain cancer in a jovial, non-serious manner, said that the next guest coming to the stage is Nick Fuentes. Chill out, bro. Like, seriously. Holy cow. Love you. We'll pray for you. But dude, I love Nick Fuentes as a person. I don't not love him. He's our Catholic brother. We should pray for him and support him in the way that God would want us to support him and to pray for him. Gosh, I almost need mods on my channel. I don't want mods. I'm a mod. Yes, I do. Not trying. Wait, drop the link. Wait, who is this? Is this unapologetically Catholic, or who is this? I might. It depends. It depends. I don't know who you are. Apostolic. Okay. Let's continue. This is top 10 stream of all time, guys. Glad you're here for this special moment. Okay. Let's go here. Keith Nestor. He's pretty popular. He's a convert. I think he converted. What was it? Oh gosh, I'm sorry if I misrepresent him. I think maybe like 5 years ago. He was a Protestant, maybe evangelical pastor. You know, he had a successful career to what I know. Okay. Wife, family, all that stuff. They were Protestants. And I don't know his conversion story in detail, but I did see his conversion story at a church. It has, I think, like 500,000 views. One of the most edifying conversion stories. It was raw. It was real, unedited, uncut. And I'll tell you this, his link. Okay. All these guys' links are in the description. I'm sorry if I missed that. But so when I got to the hotel on Friday afternoon, before anything was really going on, I was exhausted. I was tired from the drive. I was feeling, I don't know, I just felt awkward because there were people, again, like I was saying, there were people that I had this impression of through some of their content or whatever they were saying online. And I'm just like, I'm just going to go sit over here by myself. I mean, I didn't feel that well and I was tired and all that, but I'm just like, I don't know. I like ostracized myself. It was weird. I know. Okay. And so everyone's getting Lyft rides, Lyft like Uber to the dinner at the church. And like, nobody's coming up to me like, hey, Catholic, I know it's vainglory. I'll admit it. No one's coming up to me like, oh, Catholic Christian or Eric, hey, good to see you. Like everyone was kind of in their own little, and I'm just like, it made me feel ostracized. I'm just saying, I'm just being real with you. And literally everyone's gone. I'm still at the hotel. And I just get this weird feeling like, am I even wanted here? I know it sounds trivial. Okay. But Keith Nestor, I don't think he knows who I am. I'm a low tier nobody. He came up to me, said, hey bro, you need a ride? We're going to go eat, man. That to me right there is true masculinity. It's true fortitude. It's genuine. It's real. And I did get to meet him formally, right? Like, and sit down and talk with him at the last breakfast on Sunday. And I'm just telling you, man, he's got the simplicity of Saint Therese of Lisieux. That's about the best compliment I could ever give someone. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. He has so much integrity. It's just a beautiful, ordinary soul in the good way, though. And I think more of us should imitate him and just being real with everybody. And he actually did give a talk, or he was on a panel with Trent Horn and a few other people. I can't remember. And I think maybe a Protestant or someone came up and asked the panel. It was a question regarding like, why do non-Catholics or whatever, they dichotomize religion from a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Okay. And Catholics, we're so hierarchical, we're so ritualistic, right? And so organized and blah, 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 that it's just whatever, inordinate legalism or whatever. It lacks that personal relationship with Jesus Christ, right? Which is the most backwards, ironic thing you could ever imagine. Because if you know, the most radical and intimate relationship you can have, given the proper dispositions, is through the fervor of charity that you have with Jesus Christ in the Eucharist. There's nothing else like it. And like, again, if you know, you know. And the way he said it to this person, he looked at that person as a somebody, as a person with dignity. And the way he said it to that person, people started clapping, interrupted him with claps. And they should have, because it was just so praiseworthy and so noble. So I appreciate Keith for all that I just said. He's a real one, and he had a really good impact on me. I'm actually going to put him in the S tier. He runs with some boys that I've had some issues with in the past. And so that's maybe why I had some reservations. Again, I know I'm sinful. I get tempted. But I think he's genuine. I think he's probably the paradigm example. Or I'm sorry, he's like the prime example of whom we should imitate insofar as like uniting, regardless of where we're at in on a liturgical spectrum, cradle, revert, convert, all that stuff, right? All the bickering and fighting. I think he'd be a good bridge for the gap, honestly. So Keith, appreciate you, man. His link is in the description for his channel. We love Keith. Keith's the man. What are you guys all yapping about? Okay, nothing. Eric was the new kid in school. Yeah, he felt sorry for probably. It's like, who is this loser over here? Okay, I'm not missing much. All right. What's cracking? Yo, lips. Dude, Eddie Murphy. Is it Delirious? I'm pretty sure it's did I say Delirious last time and it was really raw? Eddie Murphy, my boy. We love Eddie Murphy. Boy, I think, no, it was Richard Pryor that came on the scene that really introduced the cussing, right? And just the coarse language. Yeah, I'm not judging it. Whatever. It's come on. The boy, Eddie Murphy, man, he really got raw, son. Good to see Eddie Murphy back in his house. Son of a biscuit, bro. Dude, delirious. Yeah, James White did make an appearance. It was really brief. He had an informal debate with Dr. Carlo Brousard and got just owned. Gosh, okay. Who else? Okay. Boy, this is getting fun. This is getting really fun. Okay. I think I saved the best for last. I really think I did. Keith is really up there. Oh gosh. So these guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to save the best for last. Okay. I'm going to save the best for last. So it's interesting because you see all these like big guns up here, these big hitters, right? That have made just such an impact on people's lives, bringing them into the church, helping them in their faith journey with edification and spiritual uplifting, right? All that. It's all good stuff. But then you have to understand that there are people behind the scenes, so to speak, that have such an impact that you don't see, you don't observe it, right? So, gentlemen that I know personally from the Catholic Answers Conference and now this conference, he took, I think, all the video and all the pictures of, all the speakers and just everything that was going on, and he was working his behind off. He was like and I don't know, there's something about him that and I'm just going to say, he just has a solid heart of gold. He doesn't want, notoriety. He doesn't want to be seen. He just wants that fraternity. He just wants that fellowship, that bond in the most simple and ordinary way. But it is extraordinarily not ordinary, if you know what I mean, because I don't know. So Mr. Lepanto, he did a lot of work with Sips with Sarah. Adrian, we love Adrian. Congratulations on your baby boy. He and I, we both have Asian wives, so we got that going for us. So he's got a baby boy. Gosh, how old must he be now? But anyways, Mr. Lepanto worked with Sips with Sarah, did a lot of video footage and maybe editing and stuff like that, and kind of it's kind of obscure. Like, who is this nebulous dude? I don't think he showed his face for months or whatever. But yeah, man, sometimes, when people, like when other men do the man hug, it's not like hips to hips and we lock eyes, it's, like a one arm side man hug, right? I don't know. It's just so genuine. It's just such a genuine dude. I love this dude. I really do. I think all these are going to be S tiers coming up, but maybe we'll have a little surprise for you. Okay. We got Gideon Lazar, Shameless Popery, Joe Heshmire, Trent Horn, Patristic Pillars, and Kevin Hernandez, my boys. Still got 44 people in here. Let's see. Sam Shamoon invited. I have no idea. Oh, the Diamond Brothers. We got to get the Diamond Brothers to the next year's conference. Guys, we got to be ecumenical. We do. We got to bring them back. Bring them back some. Hey, the Great Waz here. Okay. Studied Catholicism for 2 years. Just got rebaptized. What do you mean by that? I'm guessing you weren't validly baptized. Okay, whatever. And confirmed this Easter Vigil. I wasn't trying to be rude, but we do have a covert feminist problem in the Catholic space. Give grace for everyone. Hey. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Appreciate it. Hey, let me just address it this way. Okay. I'm a realist. I'm pragmatic. I can read the room. Sure. Are there elements of effeminization? Sure. Passive aggressiveness, right? Of course. But I think what Pope Leo has been doing is the stark contrast to that. So if we're going to masculinize and de-effeminate or whatever, anything, look what Pope Leo is doing right now. Look what Pope Leo is doing. So there is a prudent time and place to speak up and to defend yourself in true fortitude, right? Magnanimity, greatness of soul. You want to see some magnanimity? Look at Pope. Did I say Pope Francis? No, Pope Leo, right? Yeah, Pope Leo, the 14th. Watch him. Pay attention to exactly what he is saying, how he's saying it, when he's saying it, to whom. Watch him. Okay? But I appreciate that, man. I'm all about reconciliation. Okay? What's in the past is in the past. We need to really have a firm foundation of hope and fraternity. We love everybody. All right. Appreciate that, man. I really do. It means a lot to me. Hey, the struggle is real. You know what I'm saying? Okay. William Albrecht. My good gravy. We love some William Albrecht. Look at those arms. Now, I had a debate back in the day with Sean Luke, Anglican Aesthetics on Purgatory. It was an interesting debate. It was my very first public formal debate ever. And yeah, of course I could have done better, of course. But anyways, but William actually helped me a little bit on preparing for that debate, because William, as we know, is one of the go-debaters, right? What I appreciate about William in his debates and his etiquette and his styles and his techniques, right? At first, I was kind of like, hey, if you want to talk about the effeminate problem in the church or whatever, I was always too nice and too ecumenical when it comes to debates. I don't have that temperament. So maybe I shouldn't be debating, right? Because then I'll get steamrolled by the polemics. So what I learned about William is that, and actually Joe Heshmire, because I want to throw him in, when it comes to debates, there is such a thing as being ecumenical and being charitable and cordial and respectful while being what? Apologetical or polemical, even in not in an inordinate way, but holding your opponent in interlocutor. Guys, I'm drunk. I'm not, but I just don't have a lot of sleep. Holding them accountable and pressing them. Because, I mean, non-Catholics are watching this. You know what I mean? But William, he walked by me and I said, hey, what up, son? And yeah, dude, we were going to arm wrestle. And I pulled out a Benjamin. Yeah, I've been spending hundreds since they had the small faces. Name that. I've been spending hundreds since they had the small faces. I pulled out a Benjamin. I said, let's go. He had no money. Well, I mean, he didn't have 100 on him. No one vouched for him. So we're still going to probably arm wrestle, and we'll do it live stream. I know I can take him. Pretty sure I can take him. Dude, he's all bark and no bite. You know it. Anyway, so it's kind of funny because I don't know. I felt good at the conference. I was buying everyone drinks. I mean, guys, we're talking like Johnny Walker Blue. I was buying people drinks, those who wanted drinks or whatever. I don't drink booze. I snort fentanyl every other. No, I don't do that. Don't do that. I don't do the booze thing, but I like to buy people booze. And it's funny because the first night I bought them a whiskey diet. And then he left. So he didn't get his drink. he he didn't intentionally leave or be rude or whatever, but he had to go to do something. And so I bought him a drink and he didn't get it and didn't drink it. So I'm like, bro, why did you leave? I'll buy you a drink tonight. So the next night, whiskey diet. Gosh, what kind of whiskey did I put in there for him? I think it was Rail. The Rail booze, the Rail whiskey. Guys, I have a past. Anyways, so I physically grab the drink and bring it to him personally, right? I don't want any more tomfoolery. I want to make sure he gets his drink and he drinks his drink, right? And enjoys it. He takes his drink, he puts it on the floor, right? We're having this intense conversation or whatever. All of us theological conversation. Dr. Carlo Brousard comes walking back to the conversation and just kicks it and spills it all over. I inadvertently. Bro. So I bought him 2 drinks and I don't even think he had a sip of either of them. I don't know. But so William, still owe you a drink. Love William. Man, he's just like that fiery, like tough, courageous, like, but he has a good balance and harmony with charity and ecumenism, and he has love for his Catholic brethren, but even our non-Catholic brothers and sisters. I'm going to just put all these last guys on the S tier, okay? We're just going to put them on the S tier. Yeah, Patristic Pillars. Again, the link to his channel is in the description. Oh, hold on, my brother. You hold on right there. I'm glad you came up here. Shoot! Hold on just a second. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Bro, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. How? Are you sure? Hold on. I'm so sorry. You guys are going to have to wait. Hold on a second. How did I miss you, dude? I knew this would happen. I knew I would miss someone. And my gosh, I would feel just horrible if someone missed me. I'm so sorry, my boy. Hold on. Well, just for that, you're going to the S tier. I mean, you're going to be in the S tier. Shoot. Where are you? Hold on just a second. Oh, man. Guys, I'm sorry for this delay. Please, you'll get a full refund in the mail, 7 to 10 business days. Just hold on. Son of a biscuit. I feel horrible. This is one of my boys, my OGs from back in the glory days, guys, when I first got started. One of the GOATs, one of the top-notch homies. Man, I feel bad. It's worth the wait. I just got to find your mugshot, handsome boy. Such a handsome dude. Yeah, this next guy, gosh, was he the first one I collaborated with on YouTube? I'm trying to think. I think he was. And he's got an amazing channel. It's very, very good, very niche, very just GOAT status, fire, non-sus, based, FR. This is taking way too long, but it's worth the wait, my boys. It just is, We love this guy. He's engaged to be married. I think he's getting married in a month. Praise be Jesus and Mary. We love marriage. Natural or sacramental, but sacramental especially, right? Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, where are you? I know I downloaded your picture. It probably, son of a bus driver and a bee sting. Son of a bee stinger. Hold on just a second. Seriously, this is embarrassing. Dude, I'm shutting down this. No, I'm not. Bro, how could this happen to me? I'm glad you came up here. If you didn't come up here, I would have, God forbid, I would have forgotten and I would have felt horrible for months. Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, man. Well, this is the only picture I have for time's sake. Hold on just a second. Good gravy. I apologize, you guys. I just do, okay? Let's see. Where are you? S tier. Okay, there's that. All right. How many people dropped off? Not too many. Okay. Poggers list, full palabra. What are you talking about? Hold on a second. Now I got to, how do I add another person? I'm such a boomer, dude. Choose files. There we go. Where'd you go? There we go. right? Okay. Sorry, my boy. I hope you're still there. We're going to put him right up in the S tier. Oh my gosh, you see half of his face. Oh gosh. Seth, I'm going to bed. I'm so sorry, Seth. I love you so much. You know what? Maybe a lot of goodness and grace will abound from this. I'm going to, you know what? While I'm talking, while I'm doing this other stuff, I'm going to find a better picture. The resilience is strong with this one. So Seth was one of my first collaborators. So obviously Deuterocomical, one of the best channels out there. When I rated my top 5 Catholic YouTube channels, he was number 5. Because before I had a channel, he would come across my feed and some of my family members and friends would watch him. We're just like, bro, like, I mean, it's no one's like him. Who's like Seth? Who's like Deuterocomical, right? God broke a mold when he made him. It was moldy, but it was a mold, and he broke the mold. The mold is strong it's not strong. Gosh, I had another picture, and I'm just, oh gosh. Anyways, but yeah, Deuterocomical, he's been with me for a while. I know it sounds weird. Just a good friend popping up on the live streams. And what I like about Seth, obviously, I like his humor. I think we have very similar humor. You know what I mean? Which is good medicine for the soul. But I mean, he's just a good dude. The thing that I like about Seth the most, he doesn't try to be something that he's not. He doesn't pretend to, be like this, amazing apologist or theologian. You know what I mean? He has great self-knowledge, great humility, and I want to imitate him in that department. I just found your stinking picture. This is how much I love you. I spent all this time just for you, my boy. We love Seth. We love Seth. Seth is goated, my friend. Bro, you should get your own tier, my friend. Here, hold on. Let me choose the file. Seth, my boy. There we go. Seth. Okay, let me delete this. Wait, how do you delete these? Oh my God, are you kidding? Oh, yeah. All right, Seth, Deuterocomical. Look at that mugshot, my friends. Look at that. You don't mess with that, right? I wouldn't mess with that, would you? Would you mess with that face? No, you don't mess with that. My favorite video of his, dude. So he likes to, from time to time, do content on the Diamond Brothers Most Holy Family Monastery in that trailer park in New York. And my favorite video of his is, he has this AI thing where he can actually get the voice like almost identically with, like Peter Diamond or Michael or whomever. And it was the NBA 2K one, and how like all these the team logos were satanic or had like, cryptic diabolical coincidental things or whatever, and then all their moves, and dude, and he had it in the Peter Diamond voice. And did you see that? Let's watch that again. I know I'm butchering it. I'm sorry, Seth, but it was, dude, the best. So Seth, I'm sorry for that delay. We love Seth. Deuterocomical. Go subscribe to his channel. Go watch his stuff. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. All right, Seth, mea culpa. Okay, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty here. We got 4 left. Oh my good gravy. Byzantine Scotus, Gideon Lazar, Joe Heshmire, Shameless Popery, Trent. Who is this? Oh, that's Trent. And then Kevin. Oh my gosh, did it clip his? Okay, we're going to go Kevin Fernandez. Did it clip his head? Dude, I'm a boomer. I don't know what I'm doing. But all I know is those guns are real. Look at those arms, bro. Oh, I love Kevin so much. Let me just give a little context and background, okay? Again, the internet, it depersonalizes. The devil messes with you. You have these inclinations or whatever. And so I gave some, how do I say this? And you know who they are. I gave some people a little pushback on those, younger, I know I called them, again, forgive me. Maybe this is a reconciliation. We're all trying to figure this out. And I'm not alluding to Kevin specifically or anything, but, the guys online who would always, quote the patristics and the church fathers and, the theologians and scholastics, the whole nine. And And but I would get the wrong impression on some of these guys. Some of them I think had merit and were substantiated, but not Kevin. Like, because I finally met the dude. You know what I mean? Like, I've been friends with Kevin. Like online or whatever for a while. We've talked on the whatever. But anyways, like he and I, we got into a few discussions, theological discussions, and disagreed and whatever. But I will say this about Kevin: he always had good etiquette. He had respect. He was never polemical. And it's insanely hard to do that when you have his level of intelligence, okay? And the quality of his content, and still to remain meek and humble, not be too abrasive. Kevin has that. It's a charism, it's a grace. And yeah, so I met him. Well, first of all, Kevin, let's put him in the S tier. So Kevin, I didn't know he was 5'3", 4. Again, it's not quantity. It's not quantitative. It's qualitative, boys. And he's got 5 feet, 4 inches of just base, solid, good stuff. So yeah, we hung out. We talked a lot. And he's got a beautiful family. He's married. He has 2 children, one in utero, one coming on the way. Pray for him. Pray for his family. But yeah, Kevin's the real deal. He's got a great personality. Oh, one thing that I loved about Kevin, it's just so good when you actually meet real people. Like, I hate the internet. I hate it. So he's in the military, and in the military, when you get formed and when you get trained, there's certain protocols on your mannerisms and your gestures and how you carry yourself as a man and as a soldier, right? That virtue and sense of patriotism. That's Kevin. That's Kevin. That is him to a T. The way he treated his wife, the way he treated me, the way he treated others, professional, true masculine, fortitude, respect. And he's what, 23? And then, yeah, he's, like one of the up and coming rising apologists / theologians that we have. And he was on Catholic Answers Live, and he was flawless. And I told him that before I met him at the conference. Flawless. And so, yeah, like, my respect for this kid. I call him a kid, not patronizing. I call him that because he's like 20 years younger than me, and probably wiser than I am. So, Kevin, my boy, I don't know if you'll ever see this or watch this, but he's just a good dude, man. I don't know how else to say it. So yeah, Kevin, my boy. Okay, we got 3 left. Oh, Gideon's still on the screen there. Okay. This is actually tough, believe it or not. Because remember, guys, this isn't about like them as apologists or theologians or content creators or influencers. Again, I'm tired. Or their material, the substance per se. It's more about their character and the impact that they had on me in real life. Okay, that's okay. So you're thinking, well, like God, we have three theologians down here, or really like the best apologists. Yeah, but there's a reason why these 3 are going to be like the best of the best. Okay, and it really doesn't have as much to do with their apologetics, their theology, the way they articulate. Yeah, okay, I'm yapping. Okay, so Joe Heshmire. Where'd my mouse go? Did it die? Joe Heshmire. Man. I don't know if I know anybody or have known anybody in my life that has been so gifted with apologetic skills, especially with debate skills, his knowledge, his intelligence, and yet the humility, the self-knowledge, the way he treats others with love and dignity. You got to think about it, guys. You could say Joe Heshmire and then maybe Trent Horn and maybe a couple other people. These are like the best apologists we have in, I mean, if you want, I mean, at least in the public social media sphere platform, at least in the United States, but maybe the world. And so the temptation and the inclination for hubris and vainglory and pride and haughtiness. I'm sorry, but this isn't false humility. If I had like the gifts of Joe Heshmire, I'd be crashing out. I'd be trying to prove everybody wrong. I would be I wouldn't be humble. I wouldn't be meek. I wouldn't be. So Joe Heshmire, I was back almost a year ago, like 10 months ago. I was going to Kansas City for something. And I'm like, well, I know. Okay. Oh, did I just dox him? What, dude? Whatever. He's got the Holy Spirit and his guardian angel. I was going to Kansas City and I emailed him. I said, hey, like I'm going to be in Kansas City. Let's at least hang out or do something, whatever, a video or a live stream or whatever. And again, not to like throw him under the bus. I wouldn't reply to me either, but I think he's been clear about he's working on getting back to people. I'm sure he gets hundreds of emails and DMs, right? I mean, he's Joe Heshmire. So like, yeah, like, I wasn't getting anything back from him. It's like, okay, whatever. Well, then I have to tell this. So he was going to, this was, 10 months ago. He was preparing to debate Ryan from needgod.net on, was it baptismal regeneration or infant baptism, something in that area. And I had a pre-debate live stream and I was speculating like, why is Joe debating this, this goon? Sorry, no, I don't mean to call him a goon. I love Ryan. Ryan, come up to him on one of my live streams. But you know what I mean? Like, isn't this kind of below you a little bit? This is me being unwise, right? This is me being kind of like, I was lacking that gift of, understanding and knowledge and all that. And he actually came up to the live stream, gave his reasons, like in the chat log, and then joined the live stream, crashed it in a good way for like, was it 15 or 20 minutes? Like he didn't have to do that. And then what's hilarious is one of my members at the time, super chatted $50 and said, Joe, why don't you respond to Eric's email? And the only way that my member knows about that is because I mentioned it in a private behind a paywall stream, not in like an abrasive way or like, oh my gosh, Joe, you're horrible. Why don't you just like, oh man, I wish you would email me back. And so Joe's like, oh shoot, yeah, let's do something in Kansas City. And so I went to Kansas City and we hung out. He bought me lunch. I mean, like, guys, you got to remember theology. It's important. Apologetics. It's important. Your knowledge of church history, scripture, how you implement that. It's crucial, but it's nothing if you don't have love, humility, and meekness. It's nothing. And if you don't love your neighbor, it's nothing. And Joe, to have such gifts, charisms, and skills, and to be able to maintain some level of humility, self-knowledge, groundedness, there's nothing more edifying than that to me. And to me, that's why he's S tier. Of course, he's like one of the greatest debaters we have and apologists and all. Yeah, but it's the way he carries himself and he imitates Christ in humility, meekness, and truth. That's why he's S tier. And the impact that he has had on me is because of the way he lives his Catholic Christian life. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, and that's why I love meeting these people in real life and not just depersonalized on the internet. And he gave a great talk at the beginning of Trent Horn's conference. He was the first speaker, save Trent. And he gave, his topic was, what would I'm paraphrasing, what would St. Aquinas be like if the internet was back then? Or how would St. Aquinas, I'm so tired. How would St. Thomas Aquinas carry himself as an apologist on social media? And the balance and the harmony and the synthesis that he had, with charity and humility, and then apologetics and even polemical stuff, I wish it was recorded. So sorry, I'm gonna, I gotta, put him in the S tier. He's GOAT status. He's GOAT status. Okay, how we doing in the chat log? Kind of went on a little bit of a. I know, I'm not jet lagged, but I'm what do you call that? Like just where you're driving, you're not getting sleep, and Trent Horn's not paying for my gas. Whatever you want to call that. Okay, you're lacking context. I love Nick Fuentes as a human being, as a Catholic. I just, He was supposed to show up according to Laura Horn, and he didn't. He bailed out. The people on the D tier, please, they didn't show up to the conference, okay? I love every single one of them. Okay. I'm cooked. Okay. Okay. I'm actually going to do this. Okay. Trent Horn. Oh gosh, I don't know, man. Hopefully I don't choke up here, but I mean, we all know who Trent Horn is. We all know what he is and what skills he has and how much he's impacted the evangelism efforts of the church with his books, with his videos, his everything, his conferences, his travel, his debates, it's just everything. We know it. Okay. I'll always have a special spot in my heart for Trent because he was the first like major apologist to like one of my videos, to comment on it, and then to reach out to me. It's like an out of body experience. I'm not boasting. I'm not like, I know who I am and what my limits are, what my gifts are, and I'm not Trent Horn, and that's okay. I don't want to be, in a sense, I'm me. But for him to reach out and to want to do a little video together made my, in a sense, like, career wise or whatever, this apologetics game made everything, and made my whole life or whatever. I'm really fumbling my words. I'm tired and I'm choking up at the same time. But I'll say this. So Trent Horn, if you know Trent Horn, or if you know any of his colleagues, he went into the B tier. Sorry to me. Probably the hardest working apologist or evangelist or whatever. Like, seriously. Ubiquitously and constantly traveling, doing this, writing books, doing videos. He has videos that could go on for the next year already done. You know, like, just, and then he's a dad, he's a husband. His wife went through brain cancer and chemo and all that stuff. And I think he has 3 children. This is what I appreciate about Trent the most. Obviously, the way he carries himself in ecumenical efforts, especially to non-Catholic Christians, like his discourse with Redeemed Zoomer and others, okay? Oh, I feel like I'm going to pass out. The tobacco pipe tobacco, and the lack of sleep and everything. Oh, is this live? Is this recorded? This is what I appreciate about Trent. It might seem like kind of not a big deal to you, but it means everything to me. I've reached out to a lot of people. I've emailed a lot of people. I've DM'd a lot of people, apologists, bigger people, whatever. And again, I'm not trying to put anyone under the bus. I'm not trying to judge their motives or the lack thereof or whatever. But, people are busy. People might not even see the emails. People might have weird suspicions about whatever. In my whole entire life, I've never met someone, or I have had a friend or a colleague or a boss, whatever. He will always, no matter what, if I have a question, a comment, a concern, anything, not immediately, but expeditiously, he will get back to me one way or another. Even if it means like, oh, I can't really help you out with this. I've never met anyone like that. And it means a lot to me because he treats me like a human being. Now, if I were Trent Horn and I had 300,000 plus subscribers, the pedigree, the notoriety, the fame, again, I put it in quotes. I mean, dude, I don't know, what did he sign? 150 books at the conference? And again, like with Joe Heshmire, how do you stay humble? How do you stay meek? How do you stay grounded? It's almost ludicrous to me. I don't understand it. That's what you have to appreciate about these guys. They're real people with real feelings. I know it sounds effeminate, but they have souls. They have feelings. They get hurt. They have trials, tribulations, temptations, more than us. And they still, look what they do, how they carry themselves. They imitate Christ. They imitate St. Paul. That's why they're S tier. Or, you know what I mean? But the impact that Trent has had on me, be careful with the content that you put out. Review it, comb through it, edit it, have it reviewed by someone maybe more competent than you before you publish it. And if something is legitimately of concern, or if it's scandalizing or offensive, have the humility and the docility to change it, to take it down. He sends scripts to his interlocutors or to the persons that he's reacting to. He doesn't have to. I'm not saying you have to. I don't have. I mean, but who does that? Like, some people might say, well, yeah, it's just false humility. Oh, it's false piety, blah, blah, blah. Dude, like, who does that? Because he actually cares about bringing souls into the church. That's why. I don't see any pomp. I don't see any vainglory with Trent. And it's like he almost should, right? Because look, and he doesn't. So Trent Horn, we love Trent Horn. I'm about to pass out. Okay, so is Byzantine Scotus still here? Gideon Lazarsi still here? I don't know if he's serious. I don't know. Well, I only knew of Gideon Lazar from X, Twitter. Byzantine Scotus, right? He's a convert, I think, from Orthodox Judaism, and he's ethnically Jewish. And I believe he belongs to one of the Eastern rites. Forgive me, I can't remember it. But I really didn't know anything about him. But the impression that I had of him, again, just take it with a grain of salt. Again, it's an inclination, okay? I didn't necessarily act on it. But I think looking at his picture and, Byzantine Scotist, here we go, another Gen Z, like pompous, like theologian. You know what I mean? It's my fault. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. It's me. Okay, that's why I need to depersonalize it and meet these people and not just assume without giving the benefit of the doubt. Right? Right? I mean, that's really where it ended. I wasn't having all these unjust suspicions about him. I just, I came across his X account and whatever, and so here's the thing that Gideon did for me, had the most impact on me. So first of all, I would say that Gideon, if you know Gideon, he is like nobody else, at least I've never met, in the most real and authentic way. I would say he's unique. I know this is vague, right? I'm getting there. He's very unique. This is what I'm going to say. Don't take this the wrong way, Gideon. But again, this is just an impression. Like back in my life before a Catholic, right? Before I was Catholic and at least trying to live a life of whatever. He's one of the guys that I would probably have maybe made fun of. Again, don't take that the wrong way. This is the impression that I got before I actually met him. I know it sounds really like just so superficial and so empty. And like back in high school or college, I probably would have, like shoved him into a locker and just like, whatever. So when I first met him and I first started to talk to him, get to know him, this is the thing that stood out to me more than, again, and I'm not trying to like undermine or compare and contrast, like, like Gideon's the GOAT, everyone else is like beneath. No, it's not like that. But here's the thing. Regardless of what you know, how well you are doing what your apostolate is, your fame, your lack thereof, just whatever, right? In a sense, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is how you treat people, how you treat your neighbor. You love God by loving your neighbor, right? What stood out to me with Gideon is that if he was talking to you, if he were to talk to you, it was like you were the only person in the building or even in the world. And it's a gift. It's an extraordinary grace, if you will. And I felt so valued and so dignified. Just the way that I know it might sound weird to you, but the way that he looked at me and focused on me and was attentive and listened to me. And he let me buy him some scotch. And I don't know. It sounds weird. Okay. I don't know. I have a soft spot for the guy. He's just so meek and so humble and so bright. And I don't know. I've never met anyone like Gideon Lazar, you know, and he does a lot. I know he has like, he travels and talks about young earth creationism, or at least the eschatological, I'm screwing this up, dimensions. Yeah, I mean, Scotism, right? Because obviously the Franciscans, like Blessed Duns Scotus, right? All that. We don't have a lot of, I mean, that's so fringe and niche. We have a lot of Thomists out there, different schools of thought, Jesuits, and, you know, where are the Scotus? You know what I mean? And he's proud of his heritage and his pedigree and his background. And I know I'm really screwing this up because I feel like I'm going to pass out. But Gideon's the real deal. You know, he taught me a lot of how to treat people, just by having conversations. And he's so meek, but yet he makes you feel so worthy. Gideon, my boy, it was such a pleasure to meet you. I wish you nothing but the best. And likewise, all these other apologists and content creators meant everything to me. And Trent Horn, it was hard to put Gideon ahead of Trent Horn. But I don't know, man. Gideon's something special. And that's the other thing. I really can't put a finger on it. And I'm doing a horrible job at trying to explain it to you. But I'd hang out with that dude for days, man, and drink scotch with him if I drink scotch. But, oh, gosh, I am cooked and bushed and just, I have to log off. I'd love to chat with you guys and maybe even invite some people up here or whatever, but I need to get sleep. But I will say this, Stargazers Control, thank you for the $2. Appreciate that. I drunk, you drunk. Thank you for the super chat. Shots are just in. Oh gosh, I'm way behind. Matt, thank you. Walleye, thank you. Shots again. Shots again. Shots again. Shots again. Shots again. Oh my, bro, let's go. Where'd you go, man? Why'd you stop? Just kidding. Again, and then Nicholas, and then Universally Christ's. Again, thank you. And Willie Pooh. Look at that profile pic. We love that. Louisville Slugger. Dude, he's like Morgan Trump. I know this, guys. I know, dude, the politics scene and just what's going on. Seriously, pray for Donald Trump. Like, guys, we don't know what's going on inside of his soul and in his head and the pressure and just, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe if I was the president, I'd probably be crashing out and saying all this crap. You know what I mean? I don't know. Pray for him. Seriously. We want every soul to be saved. Every soul. But yeah, what he's doing is reprehensible, morally reprehensible. I don't know. It's sad, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, he is up here. Yeah. You're my boy, Gideon. Just remember that. I'm glad you came up here. That means a lot to me too. If I wasn't so like tired and feeling like I'm drunk, I'd invite you up here. But if you want, you're welcome to come up anytime or, you know, do whatever. So, dude, that's pretty good. Who's going to be the VP, man? Vance again? Is he? I mean, do you think he should step up to the plate and kind of, you know, rebuke Trump a little bit there? Ash, we love Ash. Hey, so I bet Ash here. Why not? Since we're live, right? I bet Ash that if Sam Shamoon, well, he bet me actually, that if Sam Shamoon would come onto one of my live streams and we would talk just man to man, cordially, respectfully, right? But he couldn't, you know, like talk over me or shout or, you know, ad homs. And if he came and he did that, I will shave my head. He's like, you're going to shave your head if he does that. So Ash has the connection, right? You have the tools, but do you have the drive and the willpower and the motive to make that happen? Because I would love to. Because I love Sam Shamoon. And if we're going to be real brothers of Christ to him and friends through love and obviously prudence, then we should truly love him in the way that Christ would want us to love him, right? And really support him. So my heart is with Sam Shamoon. My prayers are with him. Oh, guys, can someone screenshot that? Can somebody please screenshot that? What if I told you Jay Dyer is still Catholic? SSPX, baby. All right, you guys want to see my face before I go? This will be the last thing you see before you hit the pillow. Just kidding. Am I? A little bit. Good to see some of you cats back in here. Gosh, those were the days. Remember those days, Evan? Remember those days? Remember, Christianity is all about forgiveness and reconciliation, always, no matter what. There's unforgiveness or no reconciliation. That should never be a part of our faith, our journey, our church, or anything. Does retroactive count because he already became Catholic once? Yes, it does. So send me $1,000. All right. Last call for alcohol. Okay. I'm done with my shift. Dealing blackjack. Okay. See, I'm done. So any last thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, anything before I hit the hay and pray for y'all? Well, some reconciliation happened tonight. Thanks be to God. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not special, but I've received a lot of graces in the last 4 days to just bury the hatchet and just apologize and just from the heart, let's just move on. Let's just reconcile. Let's do this together. You know what I mean? I mean it. And I don't want to fall back into that in the worst way. I don't want to fall back into that. I want us all to maintain a peace of mind and heart, true fraternity, right? Solidarity, brother. Solidarity, brother. For real. For real. Of course. Of course. Gosh, I don't want to choke up. Yeah, I'm just going to bite my tongue, okay? Of course I want to reconcile with him. Of course. But there's more that I wish I could. Yeah, anyways, I'm sorry. Hit me up on Discord, bro. I realized I don't have your number. My number is 555-5555. That's Dave Chappelle calling Indiana Jones. You got it, Mr. Lepanto. We love Mr. Lepanto. My boy. I loved hanging out with you at both the conferences. Oh man, he's the real dude. I mean, just if you want to chill with someone, right? And be real, be who you are, sincerely, out of brotherly love. That's your boy. Look at that cowboy hat. We love cowboy hats. Bro, Mr. Lepanto, we should watch Roadhouse together and snort creatine. Bro, I got brown recluse spiders you need to come up here and just take care of ASAP. ASAP, bro. Yeah. It's a false dichotomy. Come on, bro. Really? You're gonna play the false dichotomy on me? Oh, you want to see my shirt, guys? Cinnabon. You know Cinnabon? Cinnamon rolls with the frosting? You know LeBron James? Put them together, you get Cinnabon. Guys, hey, we get weird. We smoke pipes and we wear wacky Cinnabon t-shirts. You know? We gotta, you know. Racist. It is a little racist. No, guys, it's not racist. But for all you Zoomers out there, Kobe Bryant, way better than LeBrick. We used to call him LeBrick because he didn't have a jump shot. You know what I'm saying? I will give this to LeBron. I don't think there's any better basketball player that could drive to the hoop or take it to the hole. Like I'm sorry, nobody. But he's not better than Kobe Bryant. Give me a break, dude. Just come on. Oh, LeBron's better than... Okay, the LeBron better than Jordan. You're smoking just crack rock. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, you guys. Just... I grew up with... Dude, bro, I grew up with Jordan, man. No one even... Kobe doesn't even come close. Okay, whatever. You don't know the connotation about black people and cinnamon rolls. No. What? No. I know about some other connotations and stereotypes. Oh, you piece of... Dude. I thought I had to shut down my stream, dude, guys. That was funny. Yeah, D Wade, man, 2006 goes hard, goes really hard. Should we have like a 3-hour stream on basketball or what? What are we doing here? Oh my gosh, Lonnie or what? What is his name? Bronny or Lonnie? I think it's Bronny, right? How original, LeBron James. Oh, let's name him Bron. Hence LeBron James Jr. I just got it. Oh my gosh, dude. There was a meme out there where they contrasted his stats with some other player, and like Bronny James, like the turnovers, the missed field goals, all this stuff, and I don't know. He needs to retire. I did not know this. John Stockton was Catholic? Still is? Or is he fallen away? I mean, what are we talking here? I did not know that. I mean, if you think about speaking of John Stockton, the way he carried himself on the court, pretty Christ-like, right? But if you know the players, what they say about John Stockton, ruthless, bro, ruthless, trash talker, just vicious. But it was subtle, it was concealed, it was discreet. He was an assassin, bro. We love John Stockton. Do we? I think we do. All-time assist leader. Got a live reaction to the Vatican Catholic video. I don't. What? They did a video on Kobe Bryant. Oh gosh, dude. Posthumous slander, right from the grave. He can't defend himself. Like, are you kidding me? Was it before or after Kobe passed away? Because if it was after he passed away. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm going to give it to the Diamond Brothers. Oh. I got to get off. It's so hard when we're just, just getting weird in here, It's hard to get off of the live stream. Okay, I really got to 37 people. If we get 50 people in here, it'll be a 24-hour live stream. Got to get 13 more people in here, but it won't happen. Well, guys, pray for my lungs and my throat and my mouth, especially for the morning. Not good. But in case you're wondering, I will advertise. If you have a really hard job, right, and you're stressed out, the spouse has been nagging you for days, okay, and you're looking for some tranquility and some serenity and some peace, and just to relax, Captain Black. Captain Black, right here, boys. See that? This is the creme de la creme of pipe tobacco. Right here. Straight from the fields of Virginia, I think. Richmond, Virginia. How about that? How about that, huh? How about that? Wait, how about let's meet me outside. How about that? In the this is the last thing. I gotta go. Unless someone super chats me like $50. Meet me outside. How about that? Where's that from? Don't Google it. How about that? Meet me outside. There's the conundrum if I've ever seen one. Wait, stop. Are you serious? What? Why? I smoked a pipe. Okay, I smoked a pipe. I can do that, but I can't do this. What? Catch me outside. Bro, Nick, you know that? Oh my gosh, that's funny, dude. Catch me outside. How about that? What did you say? Catch me outside. How about that? Huh? Dude. Bro, I'll advertise whatever I want to advertise, okay? Tobacco Ed is crazy. Yeah. We love Tobit. Love the name Tobit, by the way. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I live on the internet. Catch me outside. How about that? Dude, Dr. Phil. We love Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil 2028 for president. I got to get off this. Guys, okay. I love all you guys. Appreciate it. I want to stay on here for another 3 hours. I can't. My mind, it needs rest. It's my first time there. To the live stream or where? Well, subscribe, become a member. All right. Yeah, the Counsel of Trent Conference was a privilege, a blessing, a grace. Honestly, I didn't, and I don't deserve to be there. And that's not false humility. And I'm just so grateful that I went and I got to actually meet people in the flesh and depersonalize all this baloney. And it did a lot for me. And so I'm very grateful for all those people that were on that list. Again, remember, it wasn't ranking there. They were all equal in that sense, but just the impact that they had on me. So God bless all of those people. I hope they see it if, but yeah. Of course, the honor's all mine. It's all on the side of the table. You know what I mean? Your Honor, Your Honor. Name that movie. And then I'm going, it's Your Honor, Your Honor. Please, somebody. Please. And yeah, you guys, I think he's planning on having it next year. So I'm telling you, it's worth the money and the trip. It is. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Like there's some things that like, there's, you spare no expense, right? Liar. Bro, what? The Great Wall. Not so great. You got to lay off that peyote ASAP. It's Your Honor, Your Honor. Come on. And then I'm going. Yeah, me too. For real though, like when I found that out, I'm like, bro, I had to pay for gas. You flew people first class. I think that was a high. Yeah, boy, Caddyshack. Cannonball. It's because I have no sleep, and I do feel like I'm under the influence. All right. I honestly, sincerely love all of you guys. I appreciate all your support, whether it's prayers, clicks, views, comments, super chats, all that stuff. I really do. My members, especially, my top dogs, you know who you are. Supporters, you know who you are. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for this channel. I've been through a lot. Sounds trivial. It sounds trivial, but I have. I've been through a lot. I'm not looking back. I'm not going to look back to the plow, guys. Okay? I'm not going to go bury my dad. He's not. Okay? Wait, send super chat link. Well, if anyone wants to super chat me, or I'm sorry, tip me or donate $4,500 for taxes, here it is. Man, you make me blush, bro. Bro makes me blush. Echoes, my boy. Streamlabs, here we go. Streamlabs. And then I really got to go. It's been one of the goated streams, right? Oh, man. I'm so glad Christian Wagner came up here. That meant a lot to me. It really did. A lot. It's water under the bridge, boys. I don't know what I'm doing. Log in with YouTube. Sorry. I'm almost done here. I don't feel well all of a sudden. I feel like you look, Echoes. I'm kidding. We love Echoes. Man, it's just, I've had some of these guys on my channel as members and supporters for like over a year. Nicholas, S tier supporter. Echoes, S tier supporter. Retro, where are you, you monkey? Are you lurking? I didn't mean to call you a monkey, but you know what I mean? Like, it boggles my mind. Like, yeah, anyways. Here we go. Here's the old send me all your money link. Retro. Oh my gosh. There he is. Dude, bro. Oh, dude, it's like summoning Candyman, bro. Oh, dude, that made my night. Retro, I love you, man. Miss you. Yeah, you're my boy. I look like I came in 10 minutes. Oh, okay. You weren't here the whole time listening, lurking. I look like a 50-year-old in a 12-year-old body. You might want to get that checked out. Oh, really? Wait, like informally, formally, or what do you mean? Like what is the context there? Hey, better late than never, right? Yeah. I mean, I had Echoes. I call you Echoes. Retro. I had a great time, man. It did wonders on me. A lot of graces and blessings, and I'll always be grateful and thankful that I was invited. Let alone just meeting all these great people. It changed me. It did. Like for real. I just look at everyone differently. So thanks be to God. But all right. Yeah. Well, prayers for your debate. Just remember, you're debating a human person with ontological dignity. right? Made in the image and likeness of God. So look at him with the eyes and mind of Christ, and not as an object to be argued with or to won over, to convince, to manipulate, to coerce, right? I know you know this, but remember that. How would Christ debate that person, or St. Paul, right? Remember that. And God bless everybody. I'm going to go. But thank you, everybody. I'm just, man, so grateful for all of you. And we'll see you maybe in a week. I don't know. But my members, I'll see you sooner than that. Thank you for joining the live stream. Like it, love it, enjoy it, consume it. All right. Praise be Jesus and Mary.